And look at the explosion, at the aberrant cedars. Yeah, that's how you get millions, billions, and even trillions of damage, but I will tell you a story how you can break your item, so don't make my mistake. Hail and Mesh's Kingdom, welcome to Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred. So today will be not my typical Zero to Hero video. Today I will explain how I make my builds and develop characters, so basically how you can go from Zero to Hero in new season, because there's loads of new stuff like horadric cube, like Warplans, and in general, itemization has changed. So if you're following old tactics, you're probably missing loads of drops and loads of stuff. And there's a lot more torment tiers. I will show and explain what to do with ancestral items that got no greater affixes and nothing cool basically. How to get good uniques, upgrade your weapon damage, your toughness, the best ways to craft gear in horadric cube, and best setups, at least in my opinion, for warplans and warplan trees. So let's start with items, because I think it's pretty interesting topic. In this season you may find ancestral items, and these items are pretty weird, because normally in previous seasons you saw that there is actually ancestral items with greater affixes. They always come with greater affixes. Right now it's not true. So what to do with this crap? Well, you want to use these items in horadric cube. I don't know if there's any horadric cubes in other places in the map, but right now I'm only playing in Themis, it's great town in update. So you will see a bunch of them, and you will need these items when you're looking for uniques, because uniques, especially some weird ones in this update, got this ancestral tier for some reason, and basically you can easily drop these ancestral items over here and upgrade them to unique when you get this enhanced primordial dust. It's pretty rare stuff, so it's more or less like endgame-ish mechanic, but that's basically how you can make ancestral amulets. Now, that's basically how I'm fishing for my helmet, and that's the helmet I'm using right now, because in this season unique items can have different affixes. So that's basically why I'm looking for ancestral helmets, and I'm upgrading them here, and then I'm getting this Rictus of Terror helmets. The problem that all of them will have different affixes. For example, this got +3 to Sigil of Summons, and that's something I don't need, and you can't reroll this stuff, but you can collect 3 of these helmets and then recycle them into the same helmet to try once again. So that's basically how you fish for your best unique item. Now, what if you got some ancestral blue items, for example? You can't make it unique, but what you can do, you can remove affix with remove affix option. It's pretty cheap, and now it will become basic blue tunic. So now this tunic can be upgraded and it will become ancestral unique item. So that's basically the deal. Of course, if you remove greater affix, it will no longer appear on your gear, so it's one and done, and that's basically how it works. So that's how to look for uniques over here in horadric cube. But if you find some good items with greater affix and it's magic amulet, for example, and that's something you're looking for, then you definitely want to use horadric cube to add affixes, and you can add specific affixes. So if you press transmute right now, you will get some random affix, but if you go into consumables, there is a bunch of different prisms over here. So what you want to do, you want to pick prism with the stuff that you are looking for. For example, we're looking for something that gives us critical strike damage, damage multipliers, and there's offensive affixes over here, aggressive tuning prism. We transmute and we will get attack speed. It's offensive affix, so yeah, not critical strike, but we got what we got. There's another option, you can go for focused reroll. Focused reroll with offensive affix will reroll only offensive affixes, and fire damage multiplier is also offensive affix, so it can be rerolled, be careful, but now we rerolled into willpower, so we can add affix once again to see what we got next. Critical strike chance 8%, pretty good. And again, we can use focused reroll, or for example, last affix should be maximum life, or let's say we want bonus to our skills, then we're going for adept tuning prism, we're adding +2 to demonology skills. It's already pretty cool amulet if you're going for fire demonology skills on warlock, but if you want to reroll for other skills, again, you're going for focused reroll, you're using adept tuning prism, but for some reason it does not want to reroll right now. But chaotic reroll reroll works. Probably it rerolled into demonology skills again, now it rerolled into cooldown reduction, so that's basically how it works. Sometimes it's a little bit chaotic, sometimes it does not work. I guess they not added all the recipes, but that's basically ways how you can get good items, and that's how I got mine. So I found a ring with willpower, probably bonus to maximum life, then I added affixes, and that's basically how I got most of my gear. It's not just random drops. But probably we jumped too far. So, how you actually want to progress when you just reached endgame, when you just leveled up, and starting to play on early tournament levels. You are right now hunting for Codex of Power, because you want to finish your build, mostly with some Codex of Power stuff. And right now, since there's a lot more tournament difficulties, at least in my experience when I'm playing solo, on tournament 1, 2, 3, even on 4, there's almost no unique drops. So it's really hard to get your Codex of Power bonuses, and it's hard to get what you want actually on your gear. And how you want to do it? Basically, there's two ways. Of course, don't forget there's mercenaries. Level up, you upgrade your mercenaries, you get pale marks, and then you come to bartering merchant. And in bartering merchant, well, you just buy different aspects. You can reroll for 100 gold, or there's one free reroll every day. And there's defensive aspects, there's salvage materials, very helpful early game when you don't have enough materials. And that's basically how you upgrade your aspects. You just get your aspects over here, get all the stuff. Maybe you will get something really cool. Let's see. Not today, but anyway, now I just destroy all this stuff and upgrade my Codex of Power entries. Don't forget, when you level up a little bit, just use your obols, it's random currency, and try to fish for something that you're looking for. For example, you can look for some offensive aspects, just roll for some offensive gear, and you will have some entries to your Codex of Power. Or even you will get upgrades to your gear. And again, don't put your gear straight into trash if you got some resource. Definitely you can go into horadric cube. For example, I really want this greater affix of maximum life for survivability, but there's a lot of weird bonuses that I don't want. So I will go for chaotic reroll. I will reroll a few times, and I'm just hoping to keep my maximum life. So maximum life is still on my weapon. That's cool. We got weapon damage, willpower, maximum life. Now I don't want weapon damage. I want something that will multiply my shadow damage, maybe critical strike damage. So I will reroll offensive affixes right now. So sadly we destroy this item, but that's basically how you get your items this season. Every now and then you hit what you want and you will get really nice and powerful items. Anyway, that's how to get your Codex of Power entries. Now, I get this item over here, but I won't use it. It's actually a lot better item than mine right now, but it got no socket. I will tell you a story how you can brick your item, so don't make my mistake. That's basically how item advance on your character this season. Good item. It can come with some good affixes, bonuses. Then you go to horadric cube, you start your crafting session, you make some good item. So let's say this amulet right now is great, exactly what we want. Then next part that you want to do is talk with occultist. And don't forget, you can enchant items. So if you got 3 bonuses, that is perfect, but 1 bonus that you don't want, you can actually reroll this bonus pretty easily over here. So pick what you don't want. For example, we don't want fire damage multipliers, so we will start roll on it. Maybe we need attack speed. Ta-da! We got it. There's buttons that will highlight everything you can roll on it, so you can check, and you can reroll as much as you wish. So maybe it's maximum life on this amulet. Ta-da! We got it. So this step is done. Next step, of course, you can just imprint something from Codex of Power. Doesn't matter too much. Bow, we did it. So now we get our amulet with imprinted Codex of Power entry, basically with extra power. Then you go to your Mr. Blacksmith, and first of all you want to temper something on your item. It will be different stuff. You will unlock the stuff eventually when you run through the game, when you get the recipes, you will read them and it will get some entries over here. So let's say I want a boost damage. Boom, we got it. It also rolls from minimum to maximum. You see that you rolled closer to minimum. You can reroll a few more times and you can roll almost as much as you wish for the same affix and try to hit maximum. So basically that's how you make perfect items. Now that you got your perfect item with perfect affixes, you go to master working. That's basically where you just spend a lot of abducit, a lot of other materials and a lot of gold, and you upgrade your item quality. So let me just dump a bunch of gold to show you, because after 25 quality you can continue master working and you will improve one of the modifiers. It can be modifiers that you temper on item. So yeah, we just increased power of abyss damage. It was like 40%, right now it's 63. Now, how to brick this item? To brick this item you need to go to horadric cube, but if you don't want to brick your item, don't forget to visit jeweler and don't forget to add socket. So basically when you're adding socket, right now you can craft some gems, you can drop those gems inside and they will give you a lot of power. So that's actually the mistake they made on this exact item, because I forgot to create socket. So right now I'm losing a lot of damage actually, because I can't insert rune, and to prove it, as you can see, I can't drop it into socket receiver, and that's because I made one new extra move, and this move actually will give you loads of power, especially if you're lucky, and that's how you make completely perfect items. So when your perfect item is ready, you just drop it over here, and that's last step that you want to do, because after you do this step you can no longer reroll anything. Right now I still can reroll different affixes, I still can do master work. If I want, I can even change my affixes in tempering menu, and basically I can do a bunch of stuff with this item. Still, I can change my Codex of Power entry, but transfigure is the final part. You use it, you're using this material, and then boom, it transmutes. This icon over here is the last part of item journey, and when item is transmuted, it's called transfigured item, and it will get random bonus. Some of them are pretty bad, like indestructible. So this item is indestructible, and who cares? Actually, come on, Blizzard, you can make it better. And there's a bunch of indestructible items that I have, but some of them getting item quality, like this chest armor. So it got +8 item quality. It's basically +8% to all attributes, all powers, and that's pretty nice bonus. But it goes even deeper than that. So lucky hit and chance on gloves, and here I got attack speed. That's fine. Here I transfigured one greater affix. So this was 2 greater affixes, katana, falcata, sword, whatever it is, and now it's 3 greater affixes katana. Yeah, so basically I got one more greater affix, which is completely crazy. If you get 3 greater affixes in Endgame and then you basically get 4th greater affix, it will be super mirror tier like gear. And on one of my amulets, not on this one, so I get +10% maximum life, and that's like insane bonus to our toughness. So that's basically a final part of your item. That's item journey. Now this is enough to actually get a lot of stuff, but where to get this stuff? And that's what I will tell you right now. Every hour there's Helltide event, and normally in previous patches we would just go straight into Helltides and farm Helltides non-stop. Every 5 minutes downtime we would go back to town, disenchant gear, upgrade stuff, and then go back to Helltides. And that's basically was the in-game loop. You just farm Helltides non-stop. When you feel powerful enough, you quickly go to pit, and in pit you just spam pit until you reach next difficulty, and then you go back to Helltides, and so on and so on. Every now and then you visit dungeons, every now and then you finish Crow of the Tree contracts and getting your rewards. But if you're doing this right now, you're actually missing on loads of stuff, because after you get access to Warplans, I don't know if you get it instantly for your next character, but probably it's ready right after the campaign. That's basically what you will see. You will see that you will be rank 1, and it's not shared into account yet. Probably Blizzard will change it and we will get shared Warplans later, but maybe that's the plan basically. So you get Warplans tied to hero, and it's kind of hero adventure, and you want to start Warplans as early as possible and finish them as fast as possible. So that's like most important part. What is it? Basically it's a little roguelike map, and you can pick objectives over here, and you decide your path. It's basically will dictate paths that you want to complete your objectives, and when you complete them, you can run next Warplan. Here's the important part. Every activity over here will give you experience, and different activities will have different experience panels, and you can level up them up to level 7. For example, Infernal Hordes right now for me at level 1, and Pit already at level 4, almost at level 5. And for Pit it's 1500 experience needed to actually upgrade it. As you can see, it's really hard at level 4, it's really easy at early levels. But here's the fun part: if you know basically how activities work, you understand that they kinda take you different amount of time. And therefore, picking right activities over here will give you ability to quicker finish Warplans, and therefore quicker advance over here. Why it's important? Well, because it's super broken how you can advance over here. For example, let's start with Trio of Whispers. If I'm not mistaken, I never saw Trio of Whispers over here, so it's like separate activity. You no matter what will finish Trio of Whispers when you're running Hell Tides most often. If you're not running Hell Tides, you're running different activities. For example, you're going for Nightmare Dungeons. They also give you Trio of Whispers experience, especially if you picking correct keys. For example, right now I don't have keys for dungeons with Grim Favor, but Infernal Hordes will have this Grim Favor icon over here, so it grants Grim Favor. This means if I pick Grim Favor activity and play it, by using this exact key, I will get Grim Favor. Keep in mind, you don't need even keys for different dungeons. If you're playing Nightmare Dungeons over here, you can just teleport and it will be played for you. You will get basically a completely free key, but there will be no bonuses as far as I understand. So how we want to level up here and how we want to progress? Basically, I recommend to stick with Hell Tides, especially if you want to reach high Paragon level fast. And that's what was my plan all about. I want to get like Paragon 190 to get all passives in my Paragon board for my Warlock, and I made it extremely fast with my leveling tree over here. So Hell Tides. You will see there's 3 branches, and my branch is over here that I take. It's Hellmouse, which gives ability to Hellworm, unleash one of the following: Chaos Rift, Maggots, or Bloodseeker. And this Maggots gives you burst experience orbs, and it's just crazy how much experience you can get by doing this. At the same time, as I told you, it's super easy and super fast to level up to like level 2 over here and now. Maggots always will have +1 monster power, and also sometimes they give Punks of Duriel or drop Slayer keys, and also they always drop Maggots. So after you're taking these 2 points over here, you will get insane amount of experience, and I will show you it in a run in a second, how they look like and how to get this experience. And I even decided to go down here to Bursting Brood, because that's what gives us these new items, boss relics. So you no longer need to farm dungeons, basically you get boss relics over here, and every 5 relics will be transmuted in boss unique. So now I'm farming Hell Tides and getting lots of uniques this way. That's the best way to upgrade your character level, but if you're farming for items, Crimson Sand is a great way, because now instead of Maggots you will get always Bloodseekers. They will have more chance to drop legendary items, and over here they will drop items that match category of last opened tortured gift. Therefore you open one gift, for example you open weapon chest, and they will basically drop you weapons. If you're looking for weapon aspect upgrades, that's how you do it. Now I get 2 choices, going left or right. If you go left, you will get ability to double progress to your treat level if you empowered by Shrine, and then you can improve monster power, and even you will get ability to get Profane Mind Cages that can give you ability to increase monster power even more. Monster power will give you more life, damage and experience and rewards from monsters. I mean, it gives you monsters more life and damage, but it gives more experience and rewards to you. So that's nice bonus, but I'm going to the right side. So demonic rats will attack us in Helltide. Then I still will get +1 monster power, which will increase my loot, but it will give me Harbingers. And Harbingers is guys that most often drops loads of aberrant cinders. And then I want to get Hell's Prize. I just want to see what is in the chest with 666 prize. So it's pretty fun. So that's Helltide 3. You won't be able to run Helltide all the time. So you will be forced into Nightmare Dungeons, into Undercity, layer bosses, and Infernal Hordes and Pit. What I want you to know, always avoid Infernal Hordes. So let's say you got some bad passing over here and there's loads of Infernal Hordes. every time you finish Warplan, you will get 3 marks of Eldruin, and you can create new plans. So just press on new plan, it will cost 1 mark, and it will reroll everything. So keep an eye on bonuses, because there's bonuses for every activity. This little flag beneath it. This is experience, this is Abdu seed, so that's how you can farm it really fast. Salvage materials, so there's different bonuses. And now basically if you don't like passing over here, if you don't want to run 3-4 nightmare dungeons in a row, then just create new plan, and bam, we got Helltide, and then Infernal Hordes, which we don't want, so let's try once again. And now we get no items, so we will be forced to run this plan. Basically, why you don't want to run Infernal Hordes? It's pretty simple and straightforward, because it takes so much time. Yeah, it's fun activity. If you like it, then you can run it. But while you're running Infernal Hordes, you still will get only 100 experience to every activity that you picked over here, and it will take you 10 minutes or maybe like 15 minutes to run one Infernal Horde. And if you're running just like pit, it will take you 5 minutes to finish all Warplans, and you will instantly upgrade and get full experience for all activities, and then you get to the next Warplan, and so on and so on. So you want to speed run them, kinda. Therefore, I won't even suggest you what to pick in Infernal Hordes. I stopped playing them, I just played a little bit for fun, and then that's it. But that's where you can get even more experience. So we will play mostly Helltides to get this burst of experience. In Helltides we finish events, and these events finish Trio of Whisper quests. And that's what we want to pick in Trio of Whispers. So right now I'm experimenting with this stuff, but basically you want to pick Tree of Plenty to get more choices. And it combines very well with seasonal blessings, because it will give ability to have higher chance for ancestral cash, and you will find it a lot. Then you're going for this Wisdom of Whispers, and now 50% more experience orbs in Whisper cache. And this just gives you tons of experience. At the same time, Grim Mysteries. You can switch Collection of Health to Collection of Mysteries, and there are probably like some fun stuff dropping. I tried Chaotic Favor, but I haven't got one Collection of Chaos, maybe only one, from all my runs, from all my Helltides. I don't recommend it, but Resplendent Favor is nice, because you will get Resplendent Sparks, which is super rare material. Now I decided to respec over here, so basically completing Whisper has chance to trigger Whisper Ambush. Sometimes I include bosses, which drops greater collections of chaos, and Varshan will have ability to appear in Whisper ambushes. And actually I found him once already, so I'm having some fun with Whispers already, because I completely fine with my current level, so I don't need like more Paragon levels right now. That's why I respect from here. Going to the left side is smart idea if you completely juiced uber overpowered character, because here you will have more monster power, and there will be roots that will also improve monster power. That's basically juicing mechanic. You don't want to do it if you're just starting out, and this is guide how you want to start out and get as powerful as possible as fast as possible. Now for Nightmare Dungeons, right now as you can see I'm on the right side, and I just don't have enough gold to respec my character. I decided to see if it's really profitable to farm goblins over here. It is not, so this character is bricked. I never saw any goblins in Nightmare Dungeons. I ran probably like hundreds of dungeons already. Saw them only once in the first dungeon, and that's it. Definitely not worth it. What I really recommend you to take over here is the left part. So Waking Spoils, Gauntlet, Fearless Conviction, and Nemesis. This will give you ability to get extra bonus chests from bosses. When you pick shrines, it will spawn elites, so you will get more drops, because elites give you better drops. And also in Nightmare Dungeons, while you're killing elites and champions, you will get stacks of conviction, and it will give you chest with high chance for attuned primordial dust, which is great currency to craft with horadric cube. So that's our Nightmare Dungeons, and you can run them every now and then. You can advance through them a little bit. Now Undercity, I don't recommend Undercity a lot, but it's fine activity. Going to the left side will give you ability to beat them more easier and faster. Going to the right side will make it harder, but with better drops. So that's basically the logic behind it. You don't need to overthink this stuff. But layer bosses are super fun. I recommend to run it just a little bit, at least to level 3. And then depending on what activity you play most, you want to upgrade it. So mostly I'm farming Helltides, and I'm trying to farm Helltides. And that's why I'm picking Helltide's icons over here. So what we get here, after we open Tortured Gift, Grigor Knights will appear, they will ambush us, and they may drop unique items. They drop nice amount of uniques and just good drops overall. Nemesis Tide will give ability to swap Helltide commanders in Helltide events to lair bosses. So basically, while you farming Helltides, you will see lair bosses and they will drop you lair boss items, and therefore you don't need to go to lair bosses no more. You can just farm your favorite content and get lair bosses loot. Same items and same drops over here is for Pit. So Children of Zir will summon Lord Zir in Pit, and if you're running loads of Nightmare Dungeons, you can summon boss over there. So that is basically what you can do. If you're really having fun with lair bosses, then pick just left tree and center tree, and it will improve power and also challenge of your lair bosses. So that's basically how it works and where you want to go. Last but not least, Pit. Pit is super fun. So when you're starting out, I recommend picking this first node over here, Current Blessing, Current Haste, and also Heart of Stone. So these 3 levels over here to start with. You will get +1 glyph upgrade chance for completing Pit. Then when you kill Guardian, you will get +1 upgrade chance for every 5 minutes of the timer. So if you kill him in less than 5 minutes, then you get +2 glyph chances. And also Heart of Stone is perfect because it will give you ability to faster progress through the pits. Monsters will drop progress orbs. You just need to stand a little bit and wait until they will drop them. It's pretty random, but they drop them pretty often. But again, you will finish your pit a lot faster and you will get +1 glyph upgrade if you keep your stone until end of trial. So that's basically the best pit order over here to start with. If you want to beat pits even faster, then go with Damned Thieves, but if you feel you're powerful enough, go with Pit Butcher. It will summon Butcher every now and then. If you defeat Butcher, Pit will instantly end, but Butcher is pretty hard. So let's create our Warplan and let's start. That's basically how it works. First one is dungeon, and as I told you, you don't need to beat it. Basically, you can just press teleport over here and you will instantly be teleported into dungeon. But I want to show you a Helltide. So how to get Helltide stuff. As I told you, basically just run around, you destroy enemies, and there will be a meter that shows danger threat level. So you want to build it up, and when it's high enough, you will start seeing ambushes. Ambushes will spawn this little like circle on the ground. If you touch it, it will create your unique enemy, which drops some loot. But we're looking to hit level 2 of threat level. That's where you will start hearing some sounds. And that's where ambushes start to appear at threat level 2. You can even run around and wait until a worm will ambush you, or you can defeat like few more packs just to be sure you're not dropping below tier 2. So let's find a worm. He always will summon maggots. Now here's a worm. Look at the experience bar. I will destroy maggots pretty fast, I hope. And they will drop this big yellow balls, which is experience, and boom, almost half of our torment level. And that's only 1 maggot. It was actually pretty like little. I will run around, see 1 more maggot, and that's big guy. And look at the explosion, at the aberrant cedars and experience. We actually hit 1 full level of Paragon at level 188, which is completely crazy. And Pen of Duriel still stands, so let me finish him. He also drops some nice stuff, and as you can see, there's loads of boss trophies that we will exchange for boss uniques later. Now, one more way to use Horadric Cube, and that's probably one of the best ways to improve power of your character. Eventually, after you reach certain torment tiers, you will find these set items more often. But while you're still playing in early, like torment levels, you won't get them a lot, and probably you will have just few of them. Still, there's a chance how you can get your set pretty fast. So Horadric Cube will have ability to reroll 3 of the items to the same type, and it also affects your seal. Seal is super important. You want seal with extra charm slot if possible, so you can equip 1 set of 5 items and 1 unique charm, but you can have some nice seal with good bonuses. For example, I'm playing Shadow set, so I'm looking for seals with Shadow set bonus, and that's basically how I got it. I'm I'm getting loads of seals like this, legendary seals, dropping 3 of them over here. All of them is not what I'm looking for, transmuting 3 to 1, and basically fishing for the best seal I probably can get. And that's what I got over here. So that's how to get seal. Now, how to get your perfect set, because spraying on RNG can take a lot of time until you finally get your set. In reality, you just need 3 random set items, and they also can be transmuted into a completely different one. So basically, I'm collecting set talismans, transmuting them. If they're not what I'm looking for, I'm continue to transmute until I hit what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for shadow set. Eventually, I got 5 shadow set items over here, but they was kind of the same. You want 5 different charms, so they will have 5 different names: Phoba, Ferm, Lore, Linta, Bear. But what if you got only Lintas? In reality, you can drop any one of them over here, and you can reroll set charm. It will cost you these resources, and basically what you do right now, if you got just 1 piece left to finish your set, you transmute this item into a reroll set charm, and it rerolls into different charm in the one single set. That's basically how you get your set going. Then you look for one more item, and you continue rerolling it until you hit your bonuses. For example, lucky hit with different stats is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for bonus to Abyss skills, and I got it on basically almost all my talismans, because I'm basically rerolling until I hit what I'm looking for. Just few rerolls, and we got a lot better freeze here, so we will change it actually. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Boom, we got one more. Bonus to demonology skills. Oh my god. You probably get a question where you got so much currency for this. You basically go to occultist and you salvage all the charms that you're not using right now to reroll. You're getting this currency, so when you gather up a little, just go and start rerolling. Yeah, that's how you get millions, billions, and even trillions of damage, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe for more RPG content, more builds, and more crazy stuff, and drop a like if this was helpful.